Can you become Batman with $1 billion?
$1 billion. There are over 3,000 billionaires on Earth right now, and not a single one is Batman. I'm taking that.
You never know.
Blank check
You never know.
going on the ultimate shopping spree to see if I can actually become the Dark Knight. We're buying the armor, the gadgets, the cars, and the cape. Going from the cheapest items to the most expensive.
Wait, are we buying this in real life or this imaginary? Please be real life. Please be real life.
Can it be done? Let's find out. In the comics, Bruce Wayne gets his gear from Wayne Enterprises. When I searched Google for what Wayne Enterprises actually does, I found out that they're an everything company. Seems oddly convenient. They do everything from medical and scientific research to bioengineering to philanthropy.
You do realize this is fake, right?
Defense contracting. For this scenario, we're going to say that I don't have access to an everything company that my family has been building for over a century. But that's alright, because with the money I just inherited, I can buy access to the world's greatest defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman. First, let's tackle the suit. The 2005 Batman Begins Batsuit is primarily constructed from a durable Nomex survival suit, a fire-resistant material designed for military applications. The entire thing is then covered in black rubber, neoprene, and molded urethane armor pieces. While this sounds good in practice, a plated suit will always have vulnerabilities in areas such as the neck and joints to balance mobility with protection. Going against people with weapons like knives and heavy machine guns, we're going to need something a little more protective. What I'm looking for is instead something called shear thickening fluid armor. This is real liquid armor technology currently in development. It's soft and flexible like a wetsuit, but the nanosecond something hits it like a knife or a bullet, it hardens into a solid shell. Since this isn't on the market yet, I'll fund a custom DARPA research grant to get it made and have them make 5 just in case. Price, $1.8 million. Now that I have the base layer, it's time to focus on the cowl. They're not really just selling bulletproof, night vision, supercomputer bat-shaped helmets at Walmart. So, I'd have someone modify an F-35 fighter pilot helmet. Those cost around $40,000 a pop, but an F-35 helmet is the size of a beach ball. So let's buy 3 of them, strip the tech, and pay an engineer to miniaturize it into a carbon fiber reinforced with Kevlar. And let's throw in a throat microphone to modulate your voice so you don't sound like an idiot growling at people. Cowl costs $2 million. Protection is great, but who is Batman without the cape? The main issue with the cape is the gliding aspect. The cape we see in the movies just isn't large enough to actually support a human. According to a 2015 video by Nerdist,
this is the surface area you would need for just an average glide. It's huge.
A cape would need to be about 18 feet across and look like this. That's a big problem for no problem is too big for money. To solve this issue, I'll hire someone to create a professional expanding glider cape like Jay Laser. Cost, $2 million. For the hands, I'll need sap gloves. These are weighted knuckles filled with lead shot. They turn a normal punch into a sledgehammer swing without breaking your fingers. For the boots, I'll grab some acoustic dampening soles. These are used by special forces to absorb the sound of footsteps on concrete. Compared to the helmet, these are pocket change. Price, $5,000. This is Linda Hemming. A pretty fitting last name given her profession, which is being the GOAT of costume design. Hemming designed costumes such as all the Dark Knight suits, James Bond, and more. To make sure everything is cohesive and coordinate everything, I'll give her a crisp $500,000. I may now look like Batman, but I'm still just a guy in a fancy costume. To actually be Batman, you need the utility belt. In the cartoons, this magical yellow pouch conveniently carries anything necessary for the plot without running out of space. However, in real life, Batman can't be a hoarder. Instead, he needs to be a prepper. I'll have an arsenal back at the cave, which I'll get into later in this video, and only pack what is necessary for the mission. I'll then grab a Ronin Tactics Task Force belt. It uses a Cobra buckle rated at 4,000 pounds, meaning I can literally hang from a helicopter by my waist, no problem. At a price tag of $200 each, comparatively, they're pretty cheap. I'll grab 3 and have them customized with pouches costing another $10,000. Then some good industrial sheet metal comes in at $45 for 5,000 square inches.
Please tell me you have not done all this for not to show me in real life. You better show me the actual costume in real life and all the blah blah red belt and blah 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 shenanigan. I'm just gonna shut up.
At that size, I could get around 300 batarangs from that much metal. Keeping a machine shop on retainer will run a bill roughly of $150,000 a month for 500 batarangs. Thus, I'll account $1.8 million to the batarang budget. Alright, let's rapid fire off some of these other gadgets. Yearly smoke pellet supply, $5,000. Yearly CTS 7290 flashbang supply, $80,000.
$80K!
Yearly supply of non-lethal explosive pellets, $250,000. Lockpicking kits, mini mouth scuba tank, zip ties, mini laser torches, small evidence
Wait, you're telling me zip ties are $100? Zip ties are $100? Oh, no.
a custom-built miniature grappling hook, a mini laser microphone, which works by being a laser you point at a window a mile away, and it reads the vibrations of the glass to let you hear the
Okay, how much?
conversation inside. The
Dude.
universal forensic extraction device to break into people's phones. A handheld mass spectrometer to identify explosives and narcotics in seconds at a molecular level. And, last but not least, we'll add in a $500,000 discretionary fund just in case we need to buy something we don't have. That brings our total for just gadgets up to $3,021,600.
Well, that's not that much.
I now have the suit and the gadgets, but right now I'm just a glorified cosplayer with a trust
And
fund.
Alfred!
Dropping the top
Alfred!
tonight, I'm probably gonna be
Alfred!
put to sleep and won't wake up after the
Alfred!
Bruce Wayne spent a decade traveling the world to master every skill known to man. I need a speedrun that. I can't just sign up for a generic MMA class. Instead, I'm gonna hire the UFC featherweight and lightweight champion, Conor McGregor. That is $5 million
Okay, Conor McGregor, eh? Conor bloody McGregor, eh? He fell off now. He fell off.
a year to teach you how to break bones efficiently. We then need to train for any sticky situations we might find ourselves in, such as needing to get out of handcuffs underwater. For that, we're hiring a retired Navy SEALs butt instructor and David Blake. That's another $1 million. Lastly, I need to become a master chemist, engineer, and detective. For that, we're going to use a one-on-one tutoring method, hiring the best of the best from MIT, Harvard, the CIA, and more. That's $4 million in salaries. Surprisingly, the biggest cost here isn't the teachers, it's the recovery. Batman gets beaten up every single night, and I need to heal like Wolverine so I can get back out there and do it again. For extensive recovery,
You'll hire Wolverine.
full private medical day, hyperbaric oxygen chambers, cryotherapy tanks, and a full staff of doctors. In addition to doctors, we need a sleep expert to make sure I'm reaching peak restfulness for maximum recovery. And on top of that, a personal chef to put me on a Captain America diet. That should cost roughly $10 million.
10
There we go, we're starting to finally make a dent in our billion.
10
Vigilante
million.
can't take an Uber home from a crime scene. It's time to build the walls and build the Batmobile. Tumbler from the movies cost $250,000 to build, but that was just a prop. We need a tank that does 100 miles per hour, but a real tank is too slow. So instead of buying one, we're gonna have to build it. Let's start with a trophy truck chassis. These things are designed to hit 140 miles per hour over rocks and sand. That's the skeleton. To make it bulletproof, we need heavy armor. However, we can't just armor it with steel plates and call it a day. Instead, we'll use composite ceramic plating, the same kind of stuff on an Apache helicopter. It's able to stop 50 caliber rounds, all while keeping the weight down. And for the boost, we're strapping a Rolls-Royce Viper turbojet engine to the
Ooh.
back. It sounds insane, but people actually do this
Okay.
for drag racing. It gives you 5,000 pounds of thrust at the push of a button, but being on the ground in Gotham isn't enough. A normal jet is useless because it can't hover. We need vertical takeoff and landing, and the closest thing you can buy is a V-22 Osprey. It tilts its rotors to fly like a plane, but lands like a helicopter.
Ah!
A used one, about $70 million. While the Osprey is
No
cool,
way.
we need it black, silent, and armed. So let's add stealth coating and noise dampening rotors. Again, we'll put $10 million in reserve just in case we need to commission the construction of any new vehicles, such as the Batpod or Batboat. Now we're burning cash. That was $100 million on vehicles, and we haven't even gotten into the most expensive part yet.
What's that?
According to homeappraisals.com, Wayne Manor is a 42,500 square foot mansion on 150 acres of land that includes 11 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and a wide variety of amenities.
Why do you need 11 bedrooms? Okay, bedrooms fine, but why do you need 7 bathrooms? Why? The guy lives on his own. He lives with an old man called Alfred. I think that's his name.
Such as a pool, gym, library, ballroom, game room, gallery, and more, all while being located on the outskirts of the city. In 2012, they
frick.
estimated the manor costing $32,100,000. With inflation, that's around $45,316,150.25 today. That's a pretty penny, but the real cash burner is in the basement. First, we'll need to dig out the size of the Batcave. While we don't know the exact number as it varies from medium to medium, we're going to go with the size that's the same as the mansion itself, and say 42,500 square feet. Digging out and reinforcing a basement approximately the size of an acre would likely cost $50 million. That includes excavation and structural reinforcement, high-tech ventilation,
50
specialized
million.
construction such as hidden entries that can fit a car, waterproofing, and logistical challenges.
I do watch Batman
When
again.
adding in additional construction costs,
Can't lie.
different floors, a rotating
I'ma probably
hydraulic
go
lift
watch
for
the movie
Batmobile,
after this
and other
video.
finishes, the bill will likely come out to $100 million. We then need to talk about the additions needed to make the Batcave functional. To run a citywide surveillance state, you need a localized data center. We're talking about a custom-built supercomputer capable of breaking military-grade encryption in minutes. To achieve that level of speed, we're going to need to build our own server farm with at least 100 NVIDIA H100 GPUs, to handle real-time data processing of millions of CCTV feeds simultaneously, and more. That hardware alone is $30 million. Unfortunately, you can't just buy BatOS on Amazon. Instead, I'll need a custom operating system that aggregates police frequencies, traffic cams, financial records, utility grids, and high-tech processing into a single interface. For that, I'll hire a team of ex-NSA architects to build a program that doesn't just store data, but predicts crime. One of the main issues with this whole thing is you need to keep it cool. This thing generates enough heat to warm an Olympic swimming pool. Then, to avoid detection, you can't just plug it directly into the city's grid. If you pull that much power, the city will find you in a day. We need
How does this guy know this, man?
Constructing a nuclear microreactor. We just spent $140 million.
How do you know this, mate? How?
It'll be the most expensive gaming PC in history. We have the trainers lined up, but to become Batman, you can't just put a bench press in the corner and call it a day. Thus, we need a modular combat simulator. The facility would have a sprung floor for gymnastics to practice aerial takedowns, and a parkour course modeled after Gotham's infrastructure to master vertical movement. The world's greatest detective then needs a state-of-the-art crime lab. So I'll spring $25 million for the best of the best, such as a ballistics water tank to match rifling on bullets, and a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer to identify unknown toxins in seconds. To complete the cave, we can't forget about the trophy room, because what's the point of being a billionaire if you can't flex? A real skeleton, like Stan the T-Rex, recently sold at auction for $32 million.
Okay, now you just buy random shit now. I'm pretty sure Batman wouldn't buy this, no?
And the giant penny,
Would he?
let's commission a custom modern art piece made of solid copper. That's another $1 million. Why? Because if you're spending $1 billion to dress like a bat, you might as well do it right. But the most important asset in both the house and the cave isn't a machine. It's a man.
Alfred.
In the comics, he's a baller. In reality, he's going to be my logistics manager, surgeon, mechanic.
What's his name?
I don't think you can just hire a temp agency for this. I'll need to find a former SAS combat medic who knows how to stitch a stab wound and repair a jet turbine, all while keeping the biggest secret in history. That's a $2 million a year salary plus benefits in an ironclad engine. That brings our grand total to $489,652,750.20.
Because basically, it didn't even cost $1 billion to become Batman.